Okay. Okay, I'm slightly freaking out because we had a little bit of technical issues, to say the least. But we should be fine now. Should being the operative word, but that's where we stand. Either way, we've got a pretty interesting match today because, of course, we're joined by some more lovely Sheffield people. This time being Sheffield Talent International, being comprised of Soup, Fumble, Sunset, Sensei Wu, and Icing. And they are versus Twisted Minds Orchids, which is Kasumi, Chipmunk, Nan, Susan, I don't know how you pronounce that, I'm sorry, and Mirai. Okay, let's hope that my Overwatch doesn't completely destroy itself once again, because it just did. It crashed, so that doesn't bode well, but we shall see how that goes. I also don't like the fact that OBS is not letting me resize it, and now it's gone. Where the Oh god. I don't want Steam Big Picture mode. Please let me out. Help. I just want to find where OBS has gone. Oh dear. Looks like the first map is going to be on Nepal either way. Twisted Minds Orchids being the first one to ban. The first ban coming in from Twisted Minds Orchids is going to be the Zarya. I might restart stream just quickly, just to get around these technical issues. Hold on one sec. Never mind, I found it. Got it. Okay, so the ban is going to be finalized in just 1 second. And we're going to see a Freya ban. Pretty standard, to be honest. Because Freya is still scary. I think, personally, Freya is still extremely busted. And for some reason, people don't tend to agree with me on that. You know what? My OBS is not playing ball. So I'm not going to give it the time of day. We're still unfortunately waiting for a few people to connect. Looks like Sunset's not quite made it in. Similarly with Mirai. Can't find them either, unfortunately. Don't quite know what's going on there. But unfortunately, I can't really give too much more information. I would actually like to thank Perunama and San72_Overwatch for following me when I was offline. Very, very cool of you. You had your chance to wait until I was next live to get your little shout out, but you didn't take it, so I thought I'd do it anyway. Just over 3 minutes left for the missing players to reconnect. Sunset has made it in. Still waiting on Mirai. Maybe some technical difficulties. Not entirely sure what's going on. Like it was a little bit of internet issues, but those internet are looking like the as we go into Nepal to start off. There we go. Looking good. So I'm not entirely sure what we're going to see straight away from these players. Is that the right way around? It is not. Let me fix that real quick.
Ready for battle.
There we go. Very sorry about that. And this is not what they're playing. There's no way this is what Orchids are playing.
3, 2,
Yeah, this looks like a bit more of a human comp.
1.
Orchids rolling out on the Wuyang Kiri, Soj Farah Orisa. And our boys, Sheffield Talent International, on the Kitty Lucio, Tracer Echo. Honestly, a very interesting comp. That's a very aggressive dive there for STI. As soon as it goes in, Icing's already found one onto Chipmunk. As soon as it goes in once again, the support from Sensei Wu is there and does find Kasumi. Sensei unfortunately gets taken out, but Sensei Wu still has such a good angle and is able to find Susan as well. Like Mirai as well with the... Unfortunately, Nan misses the javelin onto Sensei Wu, and he thought that he felt bad. He felt bad for Nan, so he thought that he'd give them, you know, the kill in quotation marks. Such a nice guy. Already back to point though. As Icing's ready with this empowered punch, maybe looking for something. They're really gonna have to go very hard in order to dislodge Icing from this position. Because this corner position, it's really hard to get the Doom off of that. Sensei Wu obviously can just poke from 5 miles away forever. As Icing gets cooked by the Suzu, javelined out. Oh! Just about falls. 34 health in a dream, but he couldn't quite get it. Turned into a bit of a nightmare. Sunset still harassing on the backline, but Sensei Wu gets javelined. Nan does fall though, and Suzu gets used. This is not unwinnable. With Fumble and Soup falling, it's looking a little bit unwinnable, I'm afraid. Point now, going over to TM Orchids. They gave 50% of point capture over to Sheffield Talent International.
Carried on the wind.
So a nice little lead there for STI. But now, I was about to say, I think they'll have an easy time holding, but not if Sensei Wu gets a sticky kill onto Chipmunk, with Icing supports onto Mirai. Finishing off Susan as well. That's a very quick point flip back over to STI. Now with some pretty good ults available. Susan giving up on the Farah to match Sunset's Tracer. Soup going for a little bit of a sneaky Kitsu, it's looking like.
Let the Kitsune
Kitsu's very close. Icing going in very deep with the Kitsu, finds the Wu Yang, and with the help of Sensei Wu and Soup, cleans up the rest of the team as well. Susan's looking for a little bit of a back cap, but Icing is too fast. If he can get this stagger kill as well. Oh, he might be in a bit of a bad position now. Maybe ult's going to be forced. In fact, no, he gets out. That's incredibly good for Icing. Snare Rush does get used for Mirai to try and force their way onto this point. As they are going to try and contest it just a little bit. Icing comes in to contest. The beat comes in. The copy gets used from Sensei Wu. Dodges the Deadeye with the recall. As Soup takes out Susan in the backline. Gets a pulse bomb kill onto Chipmunk, but the Terror Surge from Nan does get both supports, but that still is not enough despite Nan's best efforts. Sensei Wu just gets the kills that they need. 99% and counting, there is no one that can touch especially seeing as Icing just does a little, don't come any closer, shots onto Susan there. Very clean first round from STI.
2-0. Ready for battle.
With particular focus on Sensei Wu
Stay in sight.
getting some
I'll keep you safe.
incredible and in very important kills when it matters the most. Finding Nan a lot, finding the stickies onto Chipmunks, that's a big part of the DPS for Twisted Minds Orchids going completely down the drain. And then once you've already had somebody picked off by the Echo, what can you really do? Although this on Sanctum, maybe Echo is not what they're looking for. It looks like Sensei Wu's going to go over to the Sojourn.
Solid work. Keep it going.
Maybe a little bit more consistent damage on this map. Isn't going to find anything just yet with Icing going on. Kind of an insane flank here as Sunset already takes out Casimir in the backline. The Sunset Fumble Strike Squad coming in clutch, finding the Tracer as well. As the fight happening basically all around as the Sunset cleans up his last 2 kills. Nice little clean sweep for Sunset. Fumble does unfortunately fall, but he's done his job. He's enabled Sunset to just run around the back of the map with absolute impunity and get 2 kills in the backline. Swaps to the front line to get 2 more. And then at that point, what do you do if you're Orchids? Soup fighting on the front lines. Maybe he got a little bit too aggressive as Icing does find the pick onto Susan though. Ooh! And Casimir overextends a little bit, gets his head taken clean off by Sensei Wu. And now STI have free reign to push up basically as far as they want. The Sombra pick coming in for Susan, just trying to shut down this Doom from Icing. And now they do manage to push out of that enclosed box. But Sensei Wu can just keep backing up forever. The Terror Surge does come out from Nan. And it manages to catch Fumble on this off angle. That insane Javelin nearly catches Icing off the map. Icing does find himself surrounded with the Sombra hack as well. This Sombra has honestly just thrown such a massive wrench into the plans of STI. He's able to hack the Doom, and now the Doom can't wreak as much havoc as maybe he wants to. And if the Doom can sit still for 3 minutes, get put in the naughty corner, then that lets the rest of Orchids actually do something. As Soup comes through with the Kitsune, gets mirrored by Mirai. Although again, Icing falls due to the hack from the Sombra. Mirai falls as well, but unless they can find some more kills to really equalize it even further, I don't think that this is a good fight for STI. Sunset does manage to find Nan, but the rest of his team is in the grave. Chipmunk misses every shot onto Sunset. Sunset is again too fast for anybody to catch. That's a dirty EMP by Susan, catching Sunset. No more cooldowns remaining. Casimir nearly gets out, but gets dragged straight back in by Fumble. And the point cap is going to go back forwards. Meteor Strike forced out from Icing. Literally just to live. Gets caught with their pants down by that Sombra. All of a sudden, one less ultimate in the back. Finds an amazing punch! Beat gets forced, and so does Deadeye. Deadeye finds nothing. Icing is too fast on the escape. Finds the Sombra and invis. And with the help of Sunset and Fumble, puts them once again in an early grave. Sensei Wu still has this overclock. And maybe can use it to finish out this fight with a numbers advantage. The Kitty has come back. At the point, no more cooldowns available. This should be prime target for Icing and Sunset. Icing nearly falling once again. As Sunset wins another 1v1 against Chipmunk, but Nan has taken out 2 on the front line. The point does get flipped. Sunset's pulse bomb goes a little bit wide. And despite STI's best efforts, the point is going to get flipped once again. back over to Orchids. 72% and counting now. STI do have 99% though, so they literally need to win one fight. Although this Sombra has been a massive thorn in their side so far. Having forcing Icing to think twice before going on these insane solo hero plays like they've been doing this entire time just halts the momentum of STI just enough to the point where it gives Orchids that extra time that they need in order to do their rotates like that, to get to the other side of the map, to set up what they want to do. These rushes come out from both teams as Icing goes extremely low. Soup gets taken out by Nan. Nan is carrying the team right now as Sensei Wu falls as well. Icing, last player alive, as Mirai has had a field day with these kunai headshots. Fumble, Sensei Wu, one after the other. Can he get Icing as well? Doesn't even need to. Icing is forced away from the point and cannot touch, tying the map up 1-1. And I've since been informed that Icing is any/all. My bad. For any/all, I tend to use they then.
Hey, you're
so that's what
pretty
I'll
cool.
do from now on.
Yes.
I didn't realize.
And you are a perfect 37 degrees Celsius.
This better not be Kasumi's real pick.
You got me there.
We're here to be heard.
Thank God my sanity is saved.
5, 4, 3.
I'm just going to do a little... Back to the magic originally. No way. Oh my God. It's Shades of Team Falcons all over again. Chorong. Kasumi. I'm getting flashbacks. Susan on this Farah trying to take out Sensei Wu on the Echo. Sensei Wu on the Echo was a major source of damage and picks for STI last map. Sanctum maybe wasn't the map for it, but Village is a much better map for Echo. They're much better suited for this. But the Fly is not really able to find anything, but Susan finds the back of Sensei Wu, although he's soon going to get traded out by themselves by Icing. A Sunset and Fumble actually clean up the rest of Orchids. With one fell swoop, Sensei Wu got the initial pick, and that's all they need to do. They did their job. Now Icing just moves away from the Doomfist because they know they can't play that. Susan will just go straight back over to Sombra, and his life will be miserable once again. Sunset just harassing Susan in the backline. Sensei Wu can just look at the tank. Nan on the Ram going really low. Icing trying to force something in the small corridor. It's not exactly the best place to do it as Susan takes out Sensei Wu once again. Normally that matchup is slightly favored towards the Echo, but you wouldn't know it with the way that they're playing. And gets another nice kill on Fumble. Kasumi does fall as well though, as Sunset is really the one that's marking all of these kills, getting Susan, and then Soup cleans up Nan and Mirai once again. Sunset's come alive like quite substantially across the course of this map. On Shrine, he was struggling to get things flowing a little bit, but he's really found his own on this map specifically. Just able to get so much attention, harass the backline for so long. And that allows his front line to do their job. The Kitsune comes out from both sides. It looks like we're going to try and burn the Ram. Oh, the Soup just finds those kunai hits. Gets Mirai and Nan. Gets a dink onto Susan as well. He finds Chipmunk. That's a clean little 4K from Soup. Beat comes through to secure. And the surprise reappearance of this Ram from the Mercy Res is just not going to be enough. And Soup gets the final kunai as well. Soup absolutely destroyed that. 私はセックス 俺は I don't remember the rest of it. 俺はセックスになる Lastro, calm down. This is Sex Big Dick 2.0. I'm here for it. I'll give him a pass. His performance warrants a pass. What a fantastic map for Soup. Oh my god. You could not have asked for a better map to start with. You really couldn't. We're going to start off 0-1 in favor of Sheffield Talent International, with Soup putting on an all-star performance. Next up is going to be King's Row, with the Tracer getting banned. Sunset maybe a little bit too much of a threat. If I were you, if you really want to play something like the Echo, which I think Echo is pretty good on King's Row, or can be. I think banning the Farah from Susan is probably a bit of a waste. The second ban is going to be Zarya again, just from the opposing team this time. As we go straight back in, well, not straight back into it. It looks like Sunset's having some connection issues once again. Unfortunately. Icing's in this time, though, which is pretty nice.
Now
I'm any all but, like, you know...
King's Row.
Thanks, Steve. I think you...
Initiating match.
I'll just, do whichever one. Should I switch between them? Me call she her for nice will be nice. Okay, that's what I'll do then. All you need to do is ask. Sunset getting his Tracer stolen away from him. Has to resort to Genji. Crying. Icing giving the Diva another go, and I swear to God, Nan, if this is real, if you're genuinely playing this, I have to ask, what's going on? Why are you doing this? Cast me on the brig. I don't think that this is going to be real. I really don't. Yeah. No, yeah, nah. Junker Queen. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's still, like, unconventional enough that I'm sated. The Freya, which was banned away in the first map, can no longer be taken away from Chipmunk as well. Although Icing, straight away, like a predator missile. See Susan walk even a slight bit forward, and absolutely not. We take those away from you. Since he won a nice little off angle here. Finds a shot onto Chipmunk. Because the TP comes through, but Fumble finds the Wuyang water ball onto Susan, and with the help of Soup completely negates this push from Orchids. Soup can just be there at a moment's notice, and Icing, despite not having the instant teleport that Soup does, may as well, because every single time she's there. Only 2 minutes and 45 seconds left for Orchids to try and do something. That's 1 minute and 15 seconds burnt away already. However, Icing gets demeched. She disrespected the sim a little too hard now. And unfortunately, it's going to take a miracle, and that miracle might just come in the form of Sensei Wu taking out Mirai. Icing is going to go down, but she will be avenged by the rest of her team, including Soup and Sensei Wu in particular. The overclock coming in to save the day. Gorgeous overclock. That is the miracle that they needed. Mirai? Mirai just got taken out, unfortunately. Little Sojourn Rail plus Kiri Kunai combo. Unfortunate. And they're still running with this sim. But hopefully STI will be a little bit more wary that they can't stay in front of the sim. The wall is going to deny any sort of aggression that STI could have done, and they are going to respond with their own Kitsune moments later, but icing comes through with the micro missiles. Sunset's blade gets taken out by Susan, but he will be avenged. The Diva battle results in icing being victorious, as she's going to leave the enemy Diva for as long as possible. Although the enemy Diva is going to get a remake. Maybe an attempted stagger gone wrong. They're going to push through with a rally. Kasumi going extremely low and gets taken out by Sensei Wu. Tidal Blast being used on Sunset. And even the mere pressure of it before the blast even goes off, he's already got 2 kills. This is going to be a little bit more of a concerted stagger. The Baby Diva being body blocked as much as possible. Eventually taken out by Sunset. That's nasty. Both bombs available, but not much else to speak of. They do have some overclocks coming up on both teams, which could be nice. This could be Twisted Minds Orchids' only real chance, as we see coming in from Chipmunk. Just gets kited by STI. No kills on the board, as Sensei Wu still has their overclock to play with. Susan gets bullied away by Sunset. Bombs come out. Kitsune Rush deployed by STI, and nobody touches! Guys! There's a point! Please! That's a C9.
Initiating match.
I am... Yeah, that was a round of Overwatch. It was expertly defended by STI. But that C9 was pretty brutal. But Orchids. If you're Orchids, you're probably feeling a little bit discouraged. One day my team will be pleasant in match chat. You tell them, Icing. Be the mother figure that they need. Tell the kids to stop being so rude.
I put in hours like this all the time back in Korea.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
And I'm worried now that Fumble's going to try and mirror the Mercy.
I'm hungry for a fight.
Maybe could be considered a little bit of a BM, I think. Fumble making the little creature bounce.
5, 4, 3,
The thing that hypnotizes all Mercy players everywhere. As Fumble actually is rolling out on the Mercy. I don't know if this is disrespect or they just really believe in Sensei Wu's Ash. Which they have reason to do, because his hit scan has been amazing. Not if he gets immediately taken out by Nan, though. Ouch. Nan pulling an icing. Finding 2 kills, just running straight at people. Predator missile type gameplay here from both Divas. As Icing is going to get staggered for ages before finally someone put her out of her misery. And Chipmunk is finding their fair share of kills as well on the Freya. Blocked by the railing, unfortunately. And Fummel decides maybe Mercy's not the play. I kind of have 0 way to defend myself. Sunset's trying to go a little bit forward. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. Gets cleaned up by Kasumi. Zinziwu can't move. Icing also gets demeched. As Fumble tries his best to help them get out, but they're just too far forward. Orchids have all of the space. They can control all of the angles. You have Chipmunk here, who's got a great sideline. He can just go back and shoot from all the way backside of point. It's always really hard to get on top of a Freya. Midai with the flank Kitsune rush, but Sensiwu takes out Susan straight away. No cooldowns were left to speak of for Midai, but Chipmunk with the bowler shot finds Fumble Sensiwu, finishes off Soup. Needs to finish off Sunset as well for the clip. Isn't gonna be able to do it. I'm so sad. Can you imagine if this game is a 0-0? Soup with a Kitsune rush finds Susan and finds Midai as well. Maybe I think I just cast a cursed Orchids because this is definitely not going to be a 0-0 now. As STI takes King's Row as well. That, I mean, I would have maybe liked to see just a little bit more of the map. But you know, to get a full POV of this Tidal Blast before I cut to it. My god, those are some nice kills on Chipmunk and Midai. And apart from the unfortunate C9, which I don't think they want to be reminded of too much. Let me just change the score real quick. There we go. Third map going to be Runasapi with the Diva ban coming through. Icing just put out too much pressure. Although, saying that, Nan was no slouch either. On the defense specifically, they managed to not only match Icing's Diva, they managed to surpass it at times. Because we all saw Icing getting that, like, insta-kill onto the sim, onto Susan. Well, Nan saw that and just thought, nah, I'd win, and gets 2 off the rip straight away. I spent so long yapping. Oh no, I did see the Diva ban. Never mind. We're going to see the other ban coming through in just 1 second. Lineup is being finalized, as you may know. Just waiting for some unknown reason. At least we haven't had many technical issues. I was so scared for my own technical issues, to be honest, because at the start of the stream, literally just before, I have Overwatch open, right? I always have Overwatch open before I launch, like, before I start stream, right? Which is just standard practice, isn't it? It crashed as I was trying to start the stream, which it hasn't done in months. So I'm sitting here like, oh god. The Sombra ban! This is going to enable Icing really hard. This is going to be very good for Icing. If she wants to play the Doom, she's going to have the opportunity now. At this time it's going to be Chipmunk who's having some connection issues. Everybody on STI is ready and waiting. STI better than STD. I'm gonna say, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because you're on STD first. So we're gonna go into Dunasapi. We're gonna just breeze past my glaze at first. Love that, man. As we're going to see some nice things. I really want to see more of Icing's Doom. I really want to see more of Icing's Doom. because I think... Please. What? This is no... Oh, no. Fumbles on live reader. There's no way. Yeah, this isn't real. Fumbles on Mercy. This definitely isn't real. Sensei Wu's on Junk. This definitely isn't real. Although I kind of hope it is. No. Sensei Wu is going over to the Reaper. But they are keeping the Mauga. Now, it's important to remember that Mauga versus Orisa is not as good as it once was because they patched out the crits. Orisa can no longer get the forced crits from Mauga's flame shots. So straight away, you can see Sunset in the back, just both vying for a little bit of space here. Icy falling incredibly low and falling straight away to Mirai. Plant going very low in retaliation, but manages to take out Soup before he goes down. Everyone just stopped looking at Plant. I think once Icing died, people kind of just panicked a little bit. That's rough.
Moving the barricade.
SDI did manage to get 4.91 meters. But that was a distance that was very easily overran by Orchids. Icing going so low again. I think she mainly is maybe exposing herself a little bit too much. She's taking a lot of damage here. In order for the Mauga to work effectively, they kind of need to just be an unstoppable force. But Chipmunk finding a mid-air bowler shot onto Fumble. In addition to his shot on Sunset and Soup. God! There were some nice shots. That fight was Chipmunk season. Susan cleaned up the fight. But it was Chipmunk that cracked the acorn open in the first place. See you like that? Icing going over to the Zarya now, maybe realizing Mauga is a struggle, I think. The Kitsune Rush coming out from Mirai though, and not one yet to mirror from Soup. They have to find something off of this. They do find Sunset. And they find Icing as well. Even with, if Soup mirrors that Kitsune Rush, there's not going to be that much value from it. And we are 92 meters and counting for Twisted Minds Orchids. And SDI have not actually been able to move. They've not been able to establish a foothold at any point in the map. Chipmunk has been finding these insane shots from downrange. Maybe that's going to change with Soup's Kitsune Rush. Although beats get used from both sides. No kills to speak of just yet. Plant does go low. And finally gets taken down by Icing. The Juggernaut has fallen at Icing's capable hands. Fumble finding Mirai as well. Since you were on the Ash. Which is very strange. Some plant love in the chat. Evan, you're not on STD anymore? I did not know that. I don't know who... okay. Tell me who the roster for STD is, and then I'll say. Then I'll cast judgment. So far, SDI have looked very, very good. The bomb comes out from Sensei Wu. Just to establish a little bit of a foothold. That's the foothold that they needed. Forces everyone so far away from the point that Fumble is able to catch 2, 3 on Mirai, and is going for a 4th onto Chipmunk, although doesn't really fancy his chances. Respects the Freya, unlike Icing, who just grabs her by the neck. Pulls her back, saying, "Oh, come here, you're not getting anywhere." Fakey boy, thank you for the follow, my guy. Love you, Jake. Blade available for Sunset. The only thing that can mirror that or counter it in any way is Chipmunk's bowler shot. It's going to be a bit of a trade here. Looking for the blade, comes out now. Doesn't really find anything. Gets the blade reset off of Mirai's death and finally finds Casimir with it. Causes enough chaos in the backline that the rest of Orchids fall like dominoes. And slowly but surely, STI are actually catching up to the lead imposed by TM Orchids. Icing as well has the grab to work with. Mirai slightly ahead in terms of Kitsune charge, but only by about 13%. It could very easily twist back. They realize that they have a slight advantage to choose to push it. Force STI all the way back. No kills to be spoken of just yet. Though Icing comes straight back with a grab, finds Kasumi. Since he will find Susan on the side, but the grab onto Kasumi and Plant is the main reason why they win this fight. And despite their tiny, tiny little setback from Mirai's Kitsune Rush, they are straight back on track with only less than 20 meters separating them and Orchids. Icing operating very high charge right now. With both of her bubbles left to spare, Fumble Fleet can be used. Looks like it's going to be used to counteract the barrage from Susan. That barrage does not find anything as Icing finds kills of her own. Snoop finds the kunai dink again on Mirai and Chipmunk. Icing cleans them up, and the lead has now been transferred back over to STI, despite an 111-meter lead from Orchids. STI still get that. Bob out from Sensei Wu and immediately finds Plant. Bob finds Kasumi off screen as well as Mirai. Only person left to touch is Susan, and they can't manage it. Icing finds her with the beam, and that is going to be a very clean 3-0 to Sheffield Talent International, also known as STI. You don't beat Plant? Mad Purple talking mad shit in the chat. Because Plant just got beat despite what looked like an unlosable position for Orchids, and despite some amazing plays from Plant, despite some amazing plays from Susan, from Chipmunk, STI just have that covered. Not like I was expecting that. My god. Fairly dominant showing from STI there against TM Orchids. STD roster is Morma, Ben, Steve, Grank, Zach. He got benched by Zach? Actually, I don't know how. I don't know who. I've never seen Zach play, so I can't really say that. Morma's good though. I've not seen Ben play. Steve Sniff's great. And I like Grank as well. And we've just seen some coaching, we've just seen some coaching arrangements go down for STD. They're cooking something. But so far, we're just going to get some nice little appreciation for STI. On a very well-deserved 3-0 versus TM Orchids. Love to see that. In only 40 minutes, by the way. Normally, I allocate like an hour and a half to the to these casts just in case. Apparently, I didn't need half of that. Incredible. Icing, your goat is paid to be Masters too. Scathing from the Doom Queen herself. Oh my god. To be honest, Icing showed some pretty great versatility. Because not only did she roll out on the Doomfist, and she looked pretty good on the Doomfist, she also showed the Diva, and her Diva was solid. She also showed the Zarya in this final Runasapi map. And the Runasapi map, I think, if you can, as a player, help your team come back from an over 111 meter lead, and you can do it basically without slowing down at all, I think it's fairly safe to say that you can play the hero that you were playing. So, Icing Zarya, certified solid. And Sensei Wu as well. I want to put some special love on Sensei Wu's name as well. Sensei Wu hit some insane stuff. But even more so than Sensei Wu, we had Soup who for some reason just hit headshot after headshot after headshot with the kitty kunai. I had a lot of it was off screen as well because I don't normally like put the POV on kitty because it's not often that you see kitty players do that. So I just see multiple kill icons in the kill feed and it's saying soup, 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 and I'm like, wait a minute, I've missed this guy hitting like 3 dinks. Oh god. It was a good map. It was a good match. I said map, I meant match. Maybe we'll see STI progressing pretty well into advanced. I'm hoping that you can have SCD and STI in the same bracket. So, if STI moves up to expert and if STD stays an expert, I would love to see an STI versus STD match. Especially with a different roster, which I'm not used to. Because STD roster, Mortimer, Ben, Steve Sniff, Grank, and Zach. Missing my personal goat, Evan. Fwost, who has been in the chat. But that's just what happens. Oh god. I don't really have that much more to say because I was expecting this to not do that much. Thank you, Nell Noodles. For the follow. It's good to have you. I hope you were there for the entire series that was because it was a roller coaster of emotions. And actually, looking at it, we are very, very close to 50. Well, there's now on 46. If you know anybody that can support the cause, anybody that can donate a simple follow to a poor, starving streamer. Not starving, legally. That'd be very nice. I think I'm blushing. You deserve it. You deserve the praise that you got. You performed insanely on that series. Hold on, just 1 second. Let me see if we can have somewhere to put you people that are still here. I'm gonna look for a raid. Oh, Goibrello is live. Yeah, you're going there. Goibrello is another FaceIt streamer. Casting the matches. Try and send you all there. Have fun, show them some love. Now press that. There we go. And go now. Show him some love, show him some love. It'll be 2 minutes delay because I forgot about of the 2 minute delay that's required by FaceIt, but I'm sure you get the gist.
And if Lucia, if Poser doesn't touch here, then that is it.
I will end my stream so that I can be fully present for Goibrellos.
Poser is gonna try and touch.
Thank you everyone for showing up.
Gets booped away. Gets booped away again.